discovered our quality talk shows, it's time to spread the word to friends, family, and the universe. 24 hours of music and talk. Radio without limits. That's why people keep coming back for more. That's ubnradio.com.
Psychic Robin Zodiac focuses in on each caller with caring professionalism. Robin offers their caringcuddler.com service as touch therapy to those dealing with loss of love at her Los Angeles studio. So, make your appointment at 855 922 4822. Caringcuddler.com does benefit both men and women that just need to be held. In today's world, there is a lot of times we need love energy through physical touch. There's nothing sexual to embrace a nurturing mom, or as Robin is known, as a psychic mom, to giggle, cry, and release pent-up emotions or feelings. So call 855 922 4822 for empathic healing comfort.
Breaking news on famous celebrity psychic Robin Zodiac, also known as Psychic Mom, and her order of business of her Secrets to New You Love ebook series on Amazon, to her live call-in Friday night show on ubnradio.com between 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. California time, to her interactive lifestyle website www.psy-chic.com, which is the word psychic with a dash in the middle. That's psy-chic.com, to her in-person psychic readings at her Culver City studio. So log on now to psy-chic.com for more information about your accurate psychic reading with Robin Zodiac today.
Psy-chic.com has worldwide users instant messaging, reading blogs, romance stories, posting pictures, getting recipes, playing games, buying, selling, psychic readings, reviewing, and much more. Interact at psy-chic.com.
Friday, and this is Robin Zodiac. Once again, I'm hearing a little feedback, but so we got Halloween coming up on Monday, which is very exciting. It's always been my favorite holiday. Um, Siam, something about Siam. Once again, my memory fails me, but I do know that this Sunday there's going to be a big article about witchcraft that's going mainstream in regards to Halloween. Halloween is no, first is known to be All Souls, and we're finally going to be introduced to the goddess religion, which once again is very close to my heart. And I actually spoke today with I'm going in to get some work done at a hospital, and they asked me what my religion was, and I said Wiccan. So we had a really good jaw. I was really serious about my questions, but I had the the guy taking my information in stitches and hysterical. So I hope that tonight's show does the same for you, because this show is basically you do you, I do me, you're free to be you, and I'm free to be me. So that's what basically I would like to introduce to you. And with saying that, um, I would like to say that I identify myself as a white, female, heterosexual Republican that's pro choice, that does practice yoga, and, and that's pretty much, you know, once again, how the thing you probably see for yourself, with the work that I do. But also, the reason why I said those things about myself is I'm sure that I probably had said one or maybe all or maybe none of those things, that you either could relate to or you don't relate to. But the reason why I'm bringing this stuff up about myself is because I am trying to push the envelope for all of you to do some soul searching and basically put yourself in check, and to kind of neutralize the opinions that you may have of people that identify with themselves. So, with saying that, I would like Jarvis to post a picture of a gentleman. He goes by the Macaroni Tony, and I bumped into him in Santa Monica the other day, and I just had to stop him and say, bravo. I really do appreciate, here we are in 2016, that he's free to walk down the street looking and feeling marvelous. He was an inspiration to me. So, I kind of look at it as freedom of expression, being allowed to, you know, not ridiculed, made fun of, but to actually feel confident about his wardrobe decision and how he presents himself to the public. And I just want to say bravo. So, Jarvis, do we have his picture up?
Yes.
Okay, great. Also, I would like to share with you someone that drives an Austin Martin car. Can we share that picture?
There we go.
Okay, so once again, everybody has their taste and their likes and what makes them feel good, and love the shag yeah baby car. Um, and also, in the same afternoon that I saw the Aston Martin car, I also saw a Star Wars car. So we're going to show a picture of the Star Wars car and how groovy. I know it's a Jaguar. Okay. That was the Aston Martin car. The Star Wars car, what kind of car was that? Was that a Honda Prelude? That was a Nissan 300Z, right? 300Z? Okay, we're showing that. I got it. I got it. I didn't. Oh, did I say Aston Martin? Oh, I'm sorry. It was a Jaguar, the earlier photo. Now we have the Datsun, right? Nissan or Datsun, same thing, right? Same thing. Yeah, but Nissan used to be Datsun. So, okay, okay, okay. So we have the Star Wars car. And if you look on the back of it, we're going to show you a close up of R2D2. And I did a radio show long, long time ago when I was co hosting with Peter Tilton. And they said that they had found proof that aliens exist. And I said, what did they find? Silver on the ground. It's called R2D2. So we have a picture of R2D2 up, Jarvis.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, so it's amazing that gentleman that drives that car feels really wonderful about being able to express himself. Obviously, he's a huge Star Wars fan. So, okay, we can take the pictures down now, Jarvis. But so I just wanted to share with the audience that, you know, it, the pictures of those people, you might think that that's weird, that's strange, but actually, I think that it's marvelous that people can be confident and feel good about themselves and be different. I mean, there was a saying in high school that I always said, like, why be normal? It's so boring. Be yourself and identify yourself to the world as what makes you feel good, what makes you feel confident in yourself. So that's I feel that everybody has those rights to say what they say on their minds, to express themselves freely. And I do believe that people have their opinions, and you've heard me say before, I might not agree with them. I might humor people to listen to their perspective. I always tell my daughter that it's okay if others believe that they're the smartest person in the room. You may learn something. You might learn that they're just foolish, but you don't have to be in competition with anybody. If you know yourself, then there really shouldn't be any animosity towards others. And that's probably why I let in the way I let in, is that once again, I may have provoked you by stating my truths, but I appreciate the same see in return you state your truths. You, I believe that I spoke to a really, really good friend of mine today who has gone through a really, really rough time since Christmas. He lost his partner. He's raising her son, and he's also going through treatment to because he's facing some challenges when it comes to cancer. And I talked to him today, and one of the things that stood out to me the most is, like, I was giving him some gossip, I guess you could say, from my perspective. Of course, this is just my opinion. And the reason why I was telling him the story is years ago I bumped into Bill Gates, and the question he asked me still rings in my mind today. He says, "Are you psychic for yourself?" And I said, "Oh my gosh, that's such an amazing question. That's something that I will am always working towards, discovering, am I psychic for myself?" Um, so, do I plot and plan and set up goals? Do I practice my magic in regards to, energy and bending the forces of nature? Or is my psychic ability telling me what's coming ahead? So, is it manipulation? Is it prediction? Basically, I'm summing it up. Or it's a very good question, extremely good question that I'll probably spend the rest of my life trying to discover about myself. Anyway, I was talking to a friend earlier today, and I am I said, the reason why I share with you this personal information, um, you know like I said, in the future I wanted to, like, benchmark your ears, so if and when this rippling effect comes out, I can have a conversation with you about being psychic or pushing the forces of nature, whatever it may be. And I definitely gave him kudos for lending an ear without any judgment. And he's been a very, very good friend of mine. He's raising a teenage boy, and I have a teenage daughter. And when she was born, he actually was on tour. He's a musician, and he actually flew in to meet her. And a few years ago, he came down to spend some time with us. And He loves my daughter, where I have spoken before that, she's incredibly brilliant, and she was a very sassy kid, I guess you could say. She spoke her mind. I allowed her to say whatever she wanted and to believe whatever she wanted. I didn't try to edit her thoughts. I let her blossom and bloom into her own being, into having her own confidence. If she was inaccurate about information, I just let it be. And I figured that if and when it comes up again, that she'll be surprised to find out another perspective or point of view. So and I was telling him the same, and he told me that he has a mother that he's best friends with, that his mother always saw him as a peer, and they have a really good relationship. And he compliments me on the fact that my daughter and I have such a good relationship, that I definitely respect her and I treat her as my peer, and her opinions, I might not agree with, but I'm always interested to hear what she has to say or what she thinks. And she always gives me good advice. It's funny, it seems to be advice that I've given her that she turns around and gives me, and she's so right all the time. So but the thing is he says, if I don't know the facts about something, I just keep an open ear and I stay neutral. And I think that's a beautiful thing. I think that's what we all should do. We live in a world today where we're, so segregated, and, everybody has their opinions, and everybody, has their perspective. But like I said in the beginning of the show, how I identified myself, I'm sure that there's something that I said that possibly, pushed the boundaries or pushed your perspective, that you don't relate to me. So automatically, if we don't relate to people, we actually, fear people. And with that, we seem on the defense. And, I mean, come on, year 2016, didn't you think it's time for all of us to be respectful or neutral? And just because, someone says something, why do we have to judge them? Why do we have to, form an opinion? Why don't we just like let it sink in? And, once again, it could be something that we draw on in the future. So, Jarvis, am I hearing a ding? Is there someone there on the line to talk to me?
Yes, we do. Here we go.
Great, great.
Caller, you're
All
on
right.
live with Robin Zodiac.
Hello, caller.
Hi,
Hi, who's this?
my name is Jason.
Hi, Jason. And how can I help you tonight?
Uh, I'm wondering about my job. I'm having trouble with my boss, and I'm just kind of trying to wonder how it's going to shake out.
Oh, okay. Well, um, I do feel that you seem to be going through some disappointment, and yes, once again, it is creating some heartache. Um, I do see comfort coming up. I am seeing a celebration in regards to working things out. I have to tell you, Jason, that I am feeling like your boss might be hiring somebody or bringing somebody new in. So, do you know if there's any other opportunities available to fill at your current company?
Well, the thing is that there's openings above him, so he may be moving up.
Oh, okay. Well, what I get is that, he's on the verge of insecurity about himself. And so, that saying that, things go downhill, the trickle down kind of idea.
Yeah.
So I feel like, you seem to be, I feel like he's stepping on you in hopes that he'll be recognized, that, his ego or his perception of himself is going to be able to acquire that position. But I doubt very much that he's going to be moving up. I hope I'm wrong for your sake, because I feel, Jason, that this has been a building with your boss. So hopefully he gets what he wants, and kind of relieves the pressure that he seems to put on you. But I have to tell you what I'm seeing. It does feel like somebody else is going to be brought into that position. So I actually feel that, his ego might be bruised, that, he eventually leaves, but we're talking about some months down the road, actually, probably as late as February. So, um, I have a feeling it's not that you dislike him. It's just that you don't appreciate the way he deals with you. So that's what I feel that a lot of it is his insecurities, him trying to throw his weight around. You seem to be caught in that, you know, attitude, I guess you could say, because, like you said, he's your boss, and you're underneath him. But yeah, I mean, that's what I'm getting at, that if he really does desire, to move himself up, I actually feel like they are, witnessing his treatment toward, and they are, feeling that, it's kind of like, you my when my daughter was pursuing acting, we took her out of school. We did the full time, home study. She had the best representation in Hollywood, and her ego was just getting out of control, that I had to shut that down and say, no more. This is not working. So I feel very similar about the company. Like, they look at your boss and they're like, no way. We are not giving him any more power or any more influence or any more props if he's behaving this way towards you. So I'm sorry you have to go through this stress. Like I said, you're disappointed and stressed out. But I actually feel that there is going to be some changes. And like I said, if you can hold on for some more months, it does feel like new energies are going to come in. And I feel ultimately you're going to be fine. I don't actually see you leaving. I mean, you might have your moments where you want to get out of there, but I actually feel most likely that they're aware of his behavior. They're not going to feed into his ego. I mean, with an ego like that, he's probably going to be the one to move out of your space. And I've worked in, the corporate uh, environment for a long time. And, one day I can have a huge fight with a coworker, and the next day we're buddy buddy. I always say it's kind of like a second family, You don't always get along with your family either. So, but I think what I'm getting with your boss is that his ego keeps building and building and building and escalating and escalating. And I do feel like you're very disappointed, but I see change, but I don't actually see you leaving, Jason.
Well, that's good. So, if in fact he does move on to something different, or not necessarily up, but out of my way, what becomes of me in the near future?
Well, I see peace of mind. I actually, I I actually see completion of like projects, or it does feel that you're going to be working in like a something like a specialty department or something along those lines. I mean, Jason, you come across to me as somebody that's either, you know, in the military, or, works in a very, or, law enforcement or something along those lines. So what industry do you work in, Jason?
I work for a municipality,
Munis-
uh, actually in municipal water.
oh, okay. Okay. Wow. Okay. So, um, but I know people that work for the water company in DC, but so you're not technically a plumber, right? You're just
No, no, I'm a treatment operator.
A treatment operator. Okay, well, is that a dangerous job, or is it just a lot of?
No, it's very low danger,
Okay,
but
that's good.
I'm as far as I can go, and anywhere beyond where I'm at uh, uh, dips into politics, and I'm good at politics, business politics.
Right, right. Well, yeah, I get that too. Straight shooter, you definitely, know what you're doing, but yeah, once again, now that you told me that you work, with water, I still feel the same thing that, something is going to open up in regards to either new treatments of water, or that you're going to be working on projects. And I do feel like they're in different areas. I do feel like you are going to have more freedom than just sitting in an office, like, going out to different locations. So when you ask what's going to happen to you, I actually feel that they do see, this confidence and this, strength in you as being very beneficial to be able to put you out in the field and, again, do your job and do it well and rely on you. So that's where I feel like you're going. So it might not that way now, but that's what I'm getting excited.
Uh-oh.
And I also feel too, Jason, that working in the industry too, you've built up, a lot for your future. You have a lot riding on this company. So I don't see you having to make any compromises. I mean, other than your boss disappointing you, I don't see any future disappointments. Like, I still feel like your goal or your plan for your future is still in play.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. It was nice meeting you. And where are you calling in from, Jason? What state? You have a southern twang.
Kansas,
Okay.
Kansas.
Wow. Fabulous. Fabulous. So, yeah, you know what? I bumped into somebody at the post office and they were overhearing me send packages out of the country. And they said that Kansas was their best spot for vacationing. They love the people are great. So, I just wanted you to know when you mentioned Kansas, it made me remember what this gentleman had said about, Kansas. So, it was nice meeting you.
Well, that's good. We try to be accommodating. It was a pleasure talking to you too.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I appreciate the compliment. Have a wonderful weekend.
You too.
Okay,
Good
take
night.
care. Thank you. Good night. Okay, so the lines are open 323-254-2599. That's 323-254-2599. So,
We have
this
another caller,
show.
Robin.
Oh, great. We got another
Yeah, we have another call
caller.
just called in.
Yay.
Here we go. You're on live with Robin Zodiac.
Hello,
Hello.
hello. Hi.
Hi, how are you doing, Robin? You actually gave me a reading before
Okay,
about
great.
a new venture in my life, and a boat was involved, and a man with the boat was involved,
Oh, yeah,
which
yeah.
was true.
Right.
And it's actually turned out to be quite well. But I've had there has been some negative publicity written about this person in the newspaper.
Oh my
And I just
gosh.
wanted to get your feedback on that.
Oh, okay. So this person is somebody that you work with, right? That you're
Yes,
okay. And what is your name again?
Franklin.
Franklin. That's right. Okay.
Yes.
So and I'm getting Long Beach. Did you mention that you were in Long Beach, or why am I getting Long Beach? Is that the paper it's in, or is something?
No, actually, I live in LA, but I did live in Long Beach at one time.
Oh, okay. Wow. And
Yeah.
so you're
And
saying that.
you're probably picking up Long Beach because the last caller that called in, my
Uh-huh.
ex lived in Long Beach,
Oh,
and he
okay.
actually worked with a water treatment. He was a control systems engineer
Oh,
for
wow.
the water treatment plant.
Oh, well, thank you for
Yeah.
connecting
And
those
he lives in
dots.
Long Beach. Yeah.
Oh, that's wild. That's wild.
So you're probably picking him up.
Yeah, that happens. Yeah, a few weeks ago, I was getting, this spirit guide or this woman that wanted to say something. And it wasn't until a few calls later, but when I finished the show, I was thinking, I wonder if she called. And that's when her mother started, nagging me. It's like, let's get on with the show. I need something to tell your daughter or her daughter. So, but
Right.
okay. Yeah. So you were saying that,
Yeah.
yeah.
So when you were talking to the guy about the water treatment, I know all about that from my ex. So
Oh,
I was
really?
thinking about him. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Great. Yeah. Water is the most valuable commodity. And, us in the United States, of course, California is going through a drought, but we kind of take it for granted. But actually, the war in the Middle East has nothing to do with oil as much as it has to do with water. So that's pretty
Right.
much, and why Saudi Arabia has, oppressed Mexico, because Mexico is actually the wealthiest country and it will be coming up in the ranks when it comes to energy and petroleum. But Saudi Arabia still wants to have a stronghold in this country because of water. So, water
Yeah.
basically, is the fundamental grassroots of the reason we have so much turmoil. And recently I read in the news that the Netherlands, and I've spoken about the Netherlands in the past, are moving into Iran. They have plenty of water. Of course, they live in a that environment, and they're trying to get Iran to do solar energy. But nobody seems to
Right.
be aware that when you sign for solar energy on your property, that you're being taken advantage of because you can't sell that property. They're basically, locking you down. You better like your house. So it's another way of swindling people for land, is this whole solar energy, which is too bad because it's something that really could be great for the environment, but they know
That's true.
the long term they're not going to make money from it, so they got to come up with making money from it. So there's all these, fine line things that, they don't actually tell people. They try to dupe everybody. But okay, back to your. Now you said that this is a coworker. You wouldn't really consider him a boss, right? But it is somebody that basically has some.
Actually, he is a boss.
But
And there was a negative article that was written about him and a coworker in
oh,
a WeHo magazine, in a West Hollywood magazine.
oh, okay. And what kind is? Can you give me the gist of it? Or once again, I know you don't want to repeat the negative information, but
Yeah, I sort of don't want to repeat the negative information, but I was just wondering if you could get a feel on it as to where that would go.
well, I can tell you that I did feel like your coworker had something to do with it. So, um, once again, I do feel that it seems like it could blow over, but I also feel like your boss, that it does feel that he could take you know legal action. I feel like he's mad enough to do so, but I don't feel it'll escalate to that extreme. I actually feel like they're either going to retract the story or that they are going to try to neutralize what they've written with more of a positive story. Nobody ever likes to admit of lies. That's one rarely do people apologize for. So I'm not going to say that they, embellish the story, but it does feel like your boss is going to be able to neutralize, the damage that has been done. So, once again, I
Okay.
Yeah, but for some reason, I did get the coworker had something to do with it, and I'm not saying, accusing the coworker or anything like that, but the truth always prevails. So when it comes to light, once again, tonight's topic is like neutralizing our opinions and our feelings and our thoughts towards others. Just stay neutral until something does come arise. And I always tell my daughter, when people say gossip or say things to her, I always say, if you want the upper hand, you can always say, oh yeah, somebody said that, yeah, oh yeah, I don't remember, but
Hmm.
that was already said to me, you know what I mean? So
I
once
know.
again,
Yeah.
yeah, so when everything comes to light, you can just say, oh yeah, yeah, my psychic told me, or I kind of had a feeling, so just want you to
Right.
know, it does look like it's going to sort itself out. I'm not seeing that, he's going to, overcome it anytime soon. I do feel like there is a bit of a struggle, or that there is, some, a fight, I have to tell you,
Yeah,
for,
there is a fight
yeah,
going on. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But,
Yeah,
once
that
again,
I'm personally not involved in, but I was curious because I've been asked to sit on the board of directors.
oh,
So
fabulous.
I was just, yeah, so I was just wondering, where things were going to go with all of this.
Well, once again, Um, yeah, it just seems like, with all the changes, yeah, I mean, once again, like I was talking about earlier, pretty much in a roundabout way, talking about how the media always has their opinions and always puts a slant on their story, and they can't be positive, they can't be uplifting, because they feel that nobody's going to read it or nobody's going to care, when
Right.
actually that's going to start to change. I read my when Allen from New York stepped down, that his two sons put in play. And I've heard that Rocco's, really excited about being new into, a truthful, positive direction. And, James is still a little bit old school. So, but
Okay.
it, yeah, but we are at the beginning of enlightenment when it comes to the media and what people say about others. I think there's so many people that sit behind the computers and spew off their opinions and their bullishness or whatever, and
Right.
they they feel entitled, but it's just toxic for the person that's writing it. I always say it's not what is said about you, it's the source that says it that people always judge. So, you got to be careful
Right.
what you say, because you're going to be judged on what you say. And that's why I kind of open up the show with, my identification of who I am, because I know that there's people sitting there listening thinking, okay, I don't agree with that, I can't get my head around that, I can't relate to that. And instead of embracing me as an individual or different, or like, great, she's free to be her, people could form judgments, and that's what I'm trying to say. That's all coming down. Karma's gonna be
Right.
you know, playing their hand. So, but yeah, I do believe
That's
that everything's going to be neutralized. And congratulations. It sounds like you're really
Thank you.
going in the right direction. You'll have that boat yourself one day.
Right. And I
Yeah.
figured out from the last reading who the four sisters were. I mean,
Oh,
the four women
oh,
you
okay.
mentioned in my life.
Okay.
And I actually had a dream of visitation. And there
Oh,
were four women sitting around a white table. And one was my mother, my grandmother, my Dorothy, and my cousin Linda, who have all passed away and gone to the other side.
oh,
And
that's
they were
amazing.
giving me advice.
That's
Yeah,
amazing. That's amazing. Well, I
yeah.
just had a 4 hour nap, and I have to tell you, I woke up. I was in a dream where I've had family and coworkers and colleagues, think that they're duping me, and, being psychic, it doesn't matter. I always tell my daughter, nobody can steal from me because I give generously and I feel good about giving.
Hmm.
So, but in my dream, all these people, like, they were gathered together and they were saying, "How did you do it? How did you do it?" And I was hysterical and I was laughing and I said, "It's karma. I just was around to
Right.
see it happen. It's karma.
That's
Gotcha."
right.
Yeah. All right, Franklin. Well, thank you so
Absolutely.
much. I appreciate you calling in and sharing. And, once again, I know that you love your mom. I know that, she knows your heart now that she's passed on. And like I said in the last reading, you have a very close relationship, even though she's not here in spirit. She's very, very close to you. And it's a pleasure.
Yeah, and I've been getting that this past week from a lot of people, have been coming up to me, oddly enough, telling me about my loving relationship with my mother,
Oh,
and that
right.
I am a person based on a foundation of love. And it's been
Fabulous.
happening throughout the entire week.
Fabulous. Fabulous. So, if you don't mind asking, were you born in the 50s or the 60s?
Pardon?
What year, what decade were you born in? Were you born in the 60s?
When was I born?
In the 50s or
In the
the
East?
60s? In the what?
In the 50s.
In the
In the 50s.
50s. Yeah.
1957, yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Those were very, I don't even want to say traditional, but very conservative, Um,
Yeah,
Yeah, actually, a lot of things happened in the 50s. I mean, women got the right to vote in the 50s.
that's
Cigarettes were
true.
introduced to us in the 50s. I always laugh when, you see World War II movies and they're smoking, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they weren't introduced until the 50s. Also, our food started to be altered, now we have GMO, which has been introduced in the 90s, but the 50s was still a pure time with, proper food intake too. The 50s was actually, you know, um, it was going down the right path. And once again, it got interrupted. But, people have to generate their money. So like I said, I you know, it, we're not in the 50s anymore, but if we could take some uh, history and look back in the 50s more so than the 60s and 70s and 80s, we go back, we could learn a lot from that decade. So,
That's right.
all right, my dear.
We sure can.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing your
Thank
experiences and
you,
your
Robin.
life. I appreciate it, Franklin. Have a wonderful weekend.
Okay, you too now.
Okay.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye bye.
All right, we have another caller. Here we go. You're on live with Robin Zodiac.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Who's this? Hello. Can I get your name? Can you hear me, Jarvis?
Yeah,
Jarvis?
he's on. I don't
Oh, okay.
know what happened.
Okay.
Caller, if you can, give us a call back.
Okay, great.
We have another caller. Here we go. Caller,
Okay,
you're on
fabulous.
live with Robin Zodiac.
Hello, hello. Hello. Huh.
Okay.
I don't know. Do you think it might be the switchboard? I know we've had issues in the past, where you've had to hang up and call in and dial up again.
Right. Okay, I think we have
Hello.
it now.
There we go. Hello.
Hi.
Hi,
Hello.
who's this? Yeah, your name,
My name is
please?
Avi Chrisman. I'm a special needs twin. I have autism. We lost our mom October 26, 2014.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah. It's been hard for
So,
me, my twin.
right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, that's Oh, I'm so sad.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah, she gave you a wonderful life and she loves you, and I do
Uh huh.
believe that you're just because you have special needs, they're gifts. Your autism is a gift.
Uh huh.
Um, and thank goodness you have a twin. To the twin. Relationship is very special. It means that you're really psychic with each other too, right, Audie?
Uh huh.
Yeah. What's your twin's name, Audie?
His name's Eli. He's in a group home now. We're
Okay.
having a lot of problems with my dad. They're having problems and stuff.
Oh,
We
really?
lost our brother too, Michael, and
Oh
my
no.
grandmother. She was a Holocaust survivor.
Oh no. Wow.
And my
So,
dad, he had a cousin, World War, and poor got killed.
okay, you're kind of fading in and out. You said dad ended up with. Did you mention will, or is there something that's to deal with state or probate or something like that? Do you know about that?
No, I take inhaler because I have asthma.
Oh, I see. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow, wow. So, well, you said that your brother's in a group home. I actually feel that, he's not really happy about it. He'd much rather be with you. But I actually am seeing that, he's in a safe environment and, there's people around him that care about him. But yeah, I mean, you've had a lot of it must be very, very difficult for you. But I actually
yeah,
feel that a lot of people really do enjoy your company. They do find you to be interesting. It seems like there are neighbors and there are friends and there are people around you that show interest. I mean, it's
uh
nothing
huh.
to
Oh
compare
yeah,
to
I play special
family.
needs ice hockey too. I'm on a special needs
Fabulous.
ice hockey team, the California Condors. You can check it on Facebook. We have a Facebook page.
Okay, great. California Condors,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Fabulous,
You're
fabulous.
how's Jesus doing?
Who doing?
How's Jesus?
Oh, I don't
He-
know. I'm not a big
Uh,
believer of Jesus, but it doesn't mean
uh,
that I can't appreciate you being a big believer. How's Jesus? Does he work for you?
we like a guy from a group called X Japan Yoshiki. He's one of my favorite musicians. He writes music for a Japanese band. I went to go see his movie We Are X.
Oh,
It was in
awesome.
Santa. Yeah,
Awesome. Awesome. Oh,
yeah,
that sounds like fun. That sounds like fun.
yeah.
So,
Uh huh.
Adi, do you live on a routine? You got,
I
you
live in
got,
Kanoka. I live in Kanoka Park in the
right,
valley.
right, right.
Yeah.
But do you do the same thing every day? I mean, do you have a routine?
No, I'm not going back to the program. I'm not gonna go back. I don't feel like going there no more. It's a
Okay.
CIS. Yeah,
Okay, well, I don't know
yeah.
about going back to a program, but I do recommend that putting yourself on a routine, like scheduling every day what you need to do, what time you need
I
to
like to
do
take
it.
the
Hmm?
I like to take
Yeah.
the dogs for a walk. I have three Pekingese. One female one we
Oh,
saved from
wow.
Palmdale, and
Wonderful.
two gold ones. Mocha and Jimmy. They're twins too.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
Love it. Love the twin
yeah.
energy. Well, Adi, I
Mhm.
really do appreciate you calling. Like I said, the
Uh huh.
information I got is that you're loved, you've got support around you. And I know you said you're not going back to any programs, but also, making your own program, your own schedule, that would be really, really
Yeah.
helpful. It keeps away, a lot of
My
those
mom used to have
things.
Rachel. She used to have Rachel Griffin, the actress, and Adam Levine. He used to go to Temple Isaiah when he was a little boy.
Okay.
And Susan Hoffman, the Bengals too. My mom used to have her children from Temple Isaiah.
Oh, wow. That's
And
awesome.
Sam Rubin, he never and Sam Rubin never called my dad or us to say sorry about my mom's loss, because he
Oh,
used to
no.
have a Sam Rubin's kids from 5 News.
Oh, wow. Well, it's, a lot of people deal with grief in different ways. You'll never see me
Uh-huh.
at a funeral, so,
Uh-huh.
it's not that I don't care. It's just that I'd rather deal with it my own way. So it's obviously he's dealing with it his own way. But I want to say thank you. You're more than welcome to call in the future. And like I said, what I'm getting
Okay.
tonight to,
I like
to
you
say,
and that guy James.
oh,
And
James.
the other one I never met her. She's from New York. She's a medium too. I like her too.
Oh, awesome. Well, I
Teresa.
like you
Teresa. I
too.
like Teresa too.
I like you too.
Uh,
All right. Thanks for the
Okay.
call. All
Love
right.
you.
I'll check
Thank
out
you
the
for your
website.
help. Thank
Love
you.
you too. Bye bye.
You too.
Thank
Bye bye.
you. Bye bye.
All right, we have time for one more quick call. Let's get this one in. Caller,
Okay.
you're on live with Robin Zodiac.
Hello. Hello.
Okay,
So,
let's try. Hold on, one more time. All right.
okay.
Caller, you're on live with Robin Zodiac.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good. Good. Can I get your name?
Nick?
Hey, Nick. So, do you have a quick
Hello.
question for me? We only have a few more minutes. So, is there something that I can help you with?
Um, I don't have a specific question in mind, maybe into regards to relationships or something of that nature.
Well, when it comes to relationships, I see you at a crossroads. It does feel like you've had some heartache and you've had some disappointment. I am feeling that there does seem to be a pullback with someone that you care about deeply. I'm not necessarily seeing a break, but I am feeling that this pullback does seem to be launching you both into a new direction. So I am seeing, very solid commitments in the future. But right now, I have to tell you that both of you are really missing each other. It seems like both of you are going through a bit of loneliness. It doesn't feel like this distance has been for very long, but I have a feeling that this might drag out, for some more weeks. It seems like around the
Mm-hmm.
holidays that there does seem to be, like stronger commitments, or, sometimes I always say, no pain, no gain. We've heard that before. So, that this feeling of lull that you're going through, it says that your partner is also experiencing the same thing. But when you connect, the appreciation and being able to treasure the relationship in each other does seem to be a lot stronger. So, even though it doesn't look like the ideal relationship, it does feel like the outcome is going to be a very positive one. So that's what I'm getting tonight.
Oh, great.
All
Well,
right,
that's
Nick.
reassuring. Well,
Yeah,
thank you so
yeah.
much.
My pleasure. My
All right.
pleasure. Okay. Have a wonderful weekend, Nick.
Yes, happy Halloween. Bye.
Thank you. You read my mind. I was just going to say happy Halloween to all of you. Like I said, this is my favorite holiday. I love it. I love it. Free candy. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, I had some very odd parents, and some years they would let us trick or treat, and some years it was like taboo. So, I always loved the years that I was able to go out with my siblings and on doors and meet the neighbors, and get free candy. That was always my favorite thing. And actually, rarely enough, the thing that I loved getting the most were pennies. Some people used to give out pennies, and that was always my favorite. So anyway, I just want to thank Jarvis, and I really want to thank Universal Broadcasting Network for having me on their network. And I will be back next week. Have a safe and wonderful Halloween holiday, and I'll talk to you next Friday at the same time as tonight. Until then, bye.
Psychic Robin Zodiac focuses in on each caller with caring professionalism. Robin offers their caringcuddler.com service as touch therapy to those dealing with loss of love at her Los Angeles studio. So, make your appointment at 855-922-4822. CaringCuddler.com does benefit both men and women that just need to be held. In today's world, there is a lot of times we need love energy through physical touch. There's nothing sexual to embrace a nurturing mom, or as Robin is known, as a psychic mom, to giggle, cry, and release pent-up emotions or feelings. So call 855-922-4822 for empathic healing comfort.
Breaking news on famous celebrity psychic Robin Zodiac, also known as Psychic Mom, and her order of business of her Secrets to New You Love ebook series on Amazon. To her live call-in Friday night show on ubnradio.com between 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. California time. To her interactive lifestyle website, www.psy-chic.com, which is the word psychic with a dash in the middle. That's psy-chic.com. To her in-person psychic readings at her Culver City studio. So log on now to psy-chic.com for more information about your accurate psychic reading with Robin Zodiac today.
Psy-chic.com has worldwide users instant messaging, reading blogs, romance stories, posting pictures, getting recipes, playing games, buying, selling, psychic readings, reviewing, and much more. Interact at psy-chic.com.